Hey, it's Edge here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for natural gas. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios a price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. In the last video I covered the whole asset from start of this natural gas to the current price, but I said that on the next video I would be more drilling into this current structure here that was started around June 2020. So here we go. Overall, what we were looking for is this A, B and C wave on one count, and or the B wave of supercycle here, and then looking for the C wave of supercycle. So those were the two scenarios. Both were bullish on the short or mid-range term, so that's why I'm labeling this as some kind of impulse. Now let's take a look at the impulse possibilities that we have here. I deleted the one that I presented earlier as I did not feel like it is really good. Instead, I've created this two new different options here. One is less bullish and one is more bullish, but we'll see what happens. This one is, however, saying that we have a wave 1 here, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into third. On arithmetic scale, we see that we get not too much of an extension, and we could be expecting a real extension here on the fifth wave, as this is a commodity. Usually on commodities the wave 5s are really the extended ones, and that would be the case here as well if we are expecting that. Now overall, wave 3's purpose overall is to create enough space for wave 4 to allow us having this pullback here, so that wave 4 does not get into the wave 1 area. So that is exactly what it has done. We don't have an overlap between the wave 1 and 4, so we can have this as a 3-4 here. However, we did get a really deep wave 4 here, so it could be suggested that this is indeed something else than a wave 4. We'll look into that possibly in the other account. But here, if we are zooming in a bit, let's go actually into wave 4 hours. So we can see some structure here again. So here we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into intermediate 1, intermediate 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into third of intermediate here. Now we had some kind of zigzag pattern here, or a double zigzag on wave 2, so we are not expecting that kind of a structure here on wave 4. Instead, I'm thinking this as a some kind of flat pattern. Here on the first we would most likely have some kind of zigzag as well, but again overall structure would be a flat, as this would be a 3-wave structure, 3 waves into B and then 5 waves into the C wave here. At that point again we would be looking for the wave 4 to complete and then look for the wave 5 to finish this whole structure. Let's take a look at the wave 4 targets here. We can delete this for now. And here we go. So these are basically the wave 4 targets that we are having on a higher time frame. We can also take a look at the minor targets in yellow. Oops, there we go. And this should be actually, let's see, there we go. Anything beyond the 1.618 here, I can just delete. Is not likely. We've gone beyond the 0.61, which is the minimum, but again that just looks more like that is just a first wave or something. But we'll look into this smaller time frame in just a moment, but we'll add these to this count here. Now zooming out a bit to show the other option here, the alternate, which is way more bullish. This is saying that we have a 1, 2, 1, 2. The idea behind here is just because we have this super deep correction here, I think we have to keep in mind that this is possibly a wave 2. In here, we would have to have again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same structure applies here that we were looking for wave 4 here, so we can just basically look at the same structures on lower time frames to see what we're actually dealing with here. Both of them are suggesting the same count, but just different degrees, right? The overall difference is here that we're looking into a possible wave 1 here and not a wave 5. So this is way more bullish of a count. That makes it less likely. So again, this would fit more into the super cycle territory rather than the other scenario. But we'll play with both and see how they develop. Now let's zoom into this smaller time frame here and see what kind of structures we are presented with. Not that one. Here we go. So overall, what we were looking is this third of intermediate, and now creating some kind of flat pattern down here into the wave 4. Now we had targets here for the wave 4. Right here is the maximum, basically around $6.50. Overall, we have this previous wave 4 below that as well. So we don't have to be dealing or saying strictly that this 0.5 is the maximum target. So again, let's take these measurements and put these guys here. Okay, that is pretty close to the 0.5. Okay, in any case, let's take a look at the first structure here that I have. I've labeled this as a wave 1 here, then wave 2. This wave 1 could extend on here or here, doesn't really matter overall. Then we would have this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's take a look at these structures inside of those. So here is one reasoning. 1, 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into another 1 as a lower degree. Here we can't really say anything here on 15-minute time frame. It just basically is straight bars down, and we would have to call this again a 1. 3-way structure into 2. And now we could be starting to unravel this. This would become a 3 here. It is extended here on around the 3.236 extension of the wave 1 for the wave 3. Then we would have some kind of 3-way structure here into wave 4, and now we would be looking into complete this structure here for the wave 5. I'm not expecting wave 5 to extend here, but again, this does look like it has a pretty big wave 1 here compared to this whole structure of micro. So again, this should be a sub-micro structure here, and comparing this length here already to this wave 1 of micro, it is larger. So we could be looking this extending as well. The other scenario here is pretty similar, but instead of having this minuet count here, we could have this as a ending diagonal here into wave 1. 3 ways up into wave 2, then again the same similar structure here, 1, 2, and 3. Same exact extension here, wave 4, and now we would be looking for wave 5. This would complete the wave 3, then we would look for wave 4 and 5. And at that point, again, we would be looking at a higher degree, which is this minute here, which would complete right, something like this. So this is basically what I'm currently looking at. There's going to be multiple scenarios where we can take a shot, and we'll see what happens. To me, this looks very bearish overall at the moment, and definitely offers some short positions here. Whenever these 5-way structures are done, we could be expecting 3-way structures to these previous areas of wave 4, and at that point again we could be looking for 5 waves coming down, pull back and taking a short, having the stop loss above the start of this wave structure and looking for this 5-way sequence downwards. But again, those are multiple scenarios that could happen, and it's going to be taking some time, probably a week or 2 for this whole structure to end. That would be my guess at the moment. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I wanted to share on natural gas at this time. If you have other accounts you would like to share, there's a link to my Discord server in the description below. Also, if you would like me to update certain other asset, let me know in the comments below. But for now, I thank you for watching and hopefully see you on the next video. Bye bye.